Oh, tell me it's... Oh, it changed. No, it changed. Yay, it did it. The magic medicine worked. Welcome back, my friends, to New Dalancia, our Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Well, it's homebrew. It's homebrew campaign. I should say homebrew. I should just say welcome back to New Dalancia. Who cares about the Dungeons and Dragons bit? I'm going to put that in my script from now. I don't actually have a script, but I'm going to put it in my script so I can forget about it.
It does matter if it's Dungeons or Dungeons and Dragons, because there's like Pathfinder out there. It does matter. It matters.
We're on chapter 12.
And you are a dragon.
I am a dragon. We are on chapter 12 of a brand new, well, it's session 1 of a brand new chapter 12. My English is just all over the place right now. I'm so excited. I'm fucking very, very, very excited. I know it's been many, many months, and we have been out with several surgeries and all different sorts of not so wonderful things that have been going down. But we are back, and I'm very, very glad to be back, and I'm glad to have everyone here. So yeah, let's get the fuck on with it, guys. So when we left off on the last episode of chapter 11, Yolanthe and Talanith had made their way back to the temple of Landwell, and Yolanthe, you learned that the headmaster of the temple is now this other druid, Janice. Much to your surprise, you can't really remember who the other one was, but you just feels like there's like a hole there, like something's missing.
Okay.
Talanith, you've kind of been, supporting Yolanthe through all of this. You also kind of had this big scene where, you talk through kind of your thoughts about how things are going, what's going on with all of this crazy shit in the world. Meanwhile, everyone else back at What Ails Ya have been kind of recovering from everything that happened with the False Hydra, and over the past couple days where y'all actually put down this like eldritch horror and just didn't even get a thank you from the nobility or anything like that.
All hail.
Oh, yes. Yes. And when we closed out the episode, Yolanthe and Talanith, you heard this street preacher.
A dragonborn at that.
A dragonborn street preacher who said something along the lines of, all hail. And that's all you can make out. The dice determined it.
Right. Like, sounds fine.
Yeah, this is fine.
No,
what could be weird?
With the flames around you. This is fine.
Tried to roll like twice to
yeah, literally we both rolled the
going.
shittiest possible rolls.
Yeah, I know. It was not meant to be.
Well,
we still had our earplugs in.
I don't think I have even populated this place yet, and if I didn't, you know what, that's okay, because I'm going to do that right now. Guys, it has been crazy the last couple months. I have done I've put an immense amount of work into this. As you saw, we had a brand new intro, and I think I'm about to blow your minds just a little tiny little bit. Maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Let me just drag everybody into the thing. We're probably going to say Yolanthe and Talanith after you dealt with what you did at what you dealt with at the Temple of Landwelland. You probably came back to. Oh, that's different. You probably came back to the tavern to meet with everyone. I'm assuming. Would that be accurate?
I think so, but I think Yolanthe is keeping her distance and kind of like eyeing everybody down, and she's also like kind of freaked out, so she's trying to bring herself down, so she's just smoking like a lot of pot right now.
Okay, that's valid. It's very valid. So maybe you're sitting over on the end of the bar.
Yeah, just kind of keeping to herself a little bit and just kind of watching everyone real intensely. But also, like, just smoking.
I see. So would you say maybe the bar looks a little something like this?
I see a load bar.
Is Scrito laying on the floor?
Aw.
What's going on with that token there?
Uh,
Because if so, I don't blame him.
I don't know how that happened, to be honest. I think I was holding control when I tried to zoom in and I made him lay on the floor. Oopsie poopsies.
Not me being like,
Dang.
same, Scrito, same.
This bar looks fucking cool. Holy shit.
Thank you. Thank you. So we have a new map making tool. It's called Dungeon Alchemist. And yeah, it makes fully 3D scenes such as this. So actually, and you can't really see it very well from here, but the scene is actually fully animated. So that's fucking cool. Let me get some mood music. Yes.
Tavern music.
So let's go with this one.
New tokens look badass too, damn.
Thank you very much. Featuring a lot of new artwork from both our very own Talanith for Yolanthi's artwork, and
Yeah.
we have some other new artwork featuring stuff from Hero Forge. So I've been putting a lot of work into designing all of that. So okay,
Foundry is still loading the bar for me. I was checking out the Twitch.
Same.
view, but-
Yeah, same here.
You might need to refresh. I had to refresh
Yeah.
when I was logging in.
I've like refreshed twice and it's still at 99%.
Uh,
huh? I wonder
Foundry's
if this
always
is a
kind of a butt.
problem with the Webm format. Yeah, Foundry can kind of be a butthole about this.
what browsers are y'all using?
Chrome.
Firefox.
Chrome? Firefox? Okay. I'm using Chrome, and it did hang up on me when I was initially trying to log in. So I'm hoping maybe closing out the browser and maybe reopening it might help.
Yeah, I'm trying that now.
I can also try toggling the scene back and forth if that doesn't work.
Well, now it's just straight up not letting me on. Foundry, you're an asshole sometimes. Anyway, keep going. We'll figure it out.
Well, at this point, it is the night before. So you had just arrived back from the temple, gotten back to the tavern, and met back up with everyone. The mood has been kind of somber. You're still dealing with the fallout of everything that went down with the False Hydra.
When you say the night before, do you mean the night after?
Sorry, the night. Yeah, it's the night of the day after the False Hydra fell. So this is the night
Okay.
after you guys got back from the castle and talked to them and right.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was confused.
Sorry about that. Wow. Okay, so it is actually turning the piece when I when I drag it. So that's exactly what went down. I'm gonna have to figure out how to make that not happen.
I just saw the bartender. When you walk into a room and you forget what you're doing, so you turn in circles and you go back and forth real quick. You're like, "What was I doing?"
That's great.
That's what I was imagining with the bartender. He's got so many drinks and food that he has to offer.
How did I go like 6 months and never realize that was taking place? I don't think I've ever had a reason to like move a character. So
You were too busy coming up with these amazing updated graphics.
yeah.
Big shout out to the DM. He's been working very hard on getting all of this put together. So
And no
please
one can see
appreciate it. Bugs and all. We appreciate it.
Did it ever load for y'all or?
No, it won't let me back on Foundry now.
Nope.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not loading for me. 99%.
Let me.
Perhaps we cut to BRB real quick so we can figure this out.
And we're back. Thank you all for your patience. Very sorry about that. We are working through some technical difficulties, but we have a workaround in place. So let's just move on with what we were doing. Like I said, you guys have all made your way back to the What Ales Ya Tavern at this point. You've all been served drinks. It's getting pretty late at this point. Suns went down. Let me see here. As the fire in What Ails Ya crackles low, the tap room has settled into a hush. It's late. Tables once lively with patronage now wait barren, but hopeful to be once again privy to rumor and merriment alike. Your eyes shift away from your surroundings and your gaze locks back on the half-empty mug before you. The memory of the False Hydra lingers. Not just the battle, but what it took. The lives it devoured. The names you didn't remember until it was too late. Your deeds somehow fell short of securing trust with the nobility. They made their stance clear. Your help was necessary, but unwelcome. Their eyes watched you like knives. Their words were blades sheathed in velvet. Now, for the first time in these difficult days, there's space to breathe, but not to rest. Each of you is left with your own thoughts and the sense that something is still out of place. Something is shifting beneath the surface of Schapeben. The fire pops. Outside, footsteps echo in the empty street.
Can I just say that was really good?
Oh, thank you.
That was really good.
The tap room of What Ails Ya is empty now, other than yourself. Other than yourselves, and obviously Kolvar, who stands before you behind the bar, cleaning a mug that doesn't need to be cleaned. You probably already cleaned it twice. You sit in a reflective silence, the weight of Hydra's nobles and half-truths settling over you like a heavy blanket. Then, suddenly, the door creaks open. A figure steps inside, tall and cloaked in a deep red robe. The hood hangs low over his face. Every step is measured, intentional, familiar. Kolvar freezes. Valphalin shifts in his seat. His hands slide toward the hilt of his sword, ready. It's him. The figure pauses in the doorway for a heartbeat. There's only the fire and the sound of blood rushing in your ears. Then, he raises his hands, draws back his hood. It's Menorus Frago, the librarian, squinting behind his spectacles. Ah, good evening. Oh, dear, did I alarm you? Val lowers his hand, exhaling sharply.
Sorry, we're not fond of the color red at the moment.
Rec
It
takes
is
his
so
seat
good
back
to
to the
see
bar.
you.
What did Rex say?
Rec takes his seat back at the bar.
Rex was ready to go ham. I get you. Can you, real quick, spell out Menorus's name for me?
Menerus. Should be at the
Thank you.
upper left of that portrait that I just shared. So that's him.
Yeah, that,
Oh, right.
that is
Thank
really
you. Thank
nice portrait there.
Thank you. Thank you. I worked very hard on it.
Wow.
Yes, well, They told the headmaster not to contact you directly, but I thought I'd bend the rules a bit. So, just to give you a little preface here, Yolanthe, this is the guy who was like reading to you.
Yeah, he was teaching me how to read.
Exactly. So
she's actually really happy to see him, so she's more relaxed now.
He leans in a bit. Headmaster Torzalan sent me with a message. You've stirred more than just the False Hydra, my friends. There's motion in the upper echelons of the city. He kind of looks back toward the door, still open. You can hear footsteps coming from outside. The castle's been shut down since the headmaster's business there was concluded. I hear they doubled the guard. Something that hasn't happened in an age. Listen. The nobility forbade the Institute from contacting you, and from now on, we'll have to conduct our business covertly. You'll have to limit your access to our services, I am sad to say. He, looks over at Yolanthe.
Yeah, she's like, "Aw, man."
I understand your frustration, but it is a necessity, I assure you.
Has there been any word about my mother's whereabouts?
I haven't seen Serena in several days. I was actually wondering if you'd heard from her.
Last I heard, she had disappeared during the Hydra attacks. But she went to meet with a red-robed figure.
Any idea where?
I think the last we heard, she was headed from our place to head to the library.
Well, I haven't seen her at the library. I believe that when we visited your family home, the neighbors insisted that she was on her way with the red-robed man
Yeah,
toward
that's
the
what the school
castle.
said too.
I suppose that isn't so surprising. She has always spent a bit of time at the castle. Serena is one of the more connected of our staff, you see. At any rate, I was given that message to deliver to you lot, and having done my deed, I should move on before I'm seen. Is there anything you'd like me to communicate with Chorum?
Merely that we appreciate the efforts and the help he was able to give to us, and if he has need, just find a way to contact us.
On that note, we do have a plan. The nobility's eyes are on us, and we can't contact you directly, but Chorum and I have come up with a plan. You will know it when you see it. As he draws his hood back over his head and over his horns, he says, "Keep your eyes to the skies, my friends." And with that, he turns back toward the door and starts heading out. Last chance to say anything to him if you have something to say.
Nope.
He paces through the door, it shuts behind him, and he vanishes in the distance. We must have left quite a mark upon them. if they're willing to go to such lengths to communicate with us.
At this point, Tess is just staring into her drink on the bar, like the thousand yard stare. If I could place a definition upon it, and she's just biting her lip.
I really thought that was him. Gods.
He's here somewhere.
And no more red robes. I'd be happy not to see one for some time.
Tess would prefer to see him sooner rather than later.
Hopefully with Anfir's mom.
What of you? What did you learn at the temple?
Well, the new elder seems fine. And she kind of hangs her head a little bit.
New elder?
She nods real solemnly and like just kind of looks at Val Phelan in the eye and is just like, it looks like the temple's one of the Hydra's heads claimed another victim there, I'm afraid.
Ah, that explains the lapse in my memory. Would that we could have... No, that's not fair. I digress. I grow weary. I'll probably put in for the night.
Please have very pleasant dreams.
I don't know how things could get any worse. Thank you. In other words, sorry.
Hopefully this means we will at least have soundless dreams, considering there shouldn't be any more screams through the day.
Also fair. Well, good even to you all. And Val kind of heads back off toward the bedroom. I'm just gonna kind of glitch. Thank you so much for the follow.
Hey.
Oh, does it not let him move through walls anymore? I can't move through walls anymore. I'm the DM.
You're a
Nerved.
solid dragonborn. You're not a ghost.
I could
Not the DM getting nerfed, bro. What the
The
fuck?
Fucking
DM nerfing
nerf.
himself.
You trying to scare our player here? Because we know how he feels about ghosts.
Wreck just goes
Nope.
crashing through the wall. Like, nope.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
I think Yolanthe's gonna just find a spot to. She's not ready to turn in just yet. She's still a little amped up, so she's just gonna find a spot and just continue smoking. Back here by the fireplace, I guess.
Tlaneth is just kind of hanging back. He's still got a lot on his mind as far as that one gentleman that gave him a tidbit of information.
Real quick, I
That
cannot
might-
move Scritto around.
Oh, shoot.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Talaneth. Sorry.
That's okay. He's just hanging back and thinking about, the possibility of a lead about his brother.
Kolvar leans over the bar towards you, Talanith. He puts down a pretty fine-looking glass, slides it over to you. Looks like whiskey.
Talanith takes it and actually he drinks it down pretty quickly.
He
and slams the glass down.
He leans in to you. He says, "That guy I told you about, midnight. Meet me here. I'll tell you
All right,
where to
then."
go."
And Talanith looks at him. You know, he doesn't move his head at all. He just looks at him with his eyes and says, "I'll be here."
Can I roll a perception to see if Tess hears this?
Sure. Disadvantage because he was kind of under his breath.
He was trying to be sneaky.
Oh wow. Yeah, you overheard.
Okay. She's not going to react. She just overheard.
I'm tempted just for funsies to see if I can roll a perception and see if I hear it from way the fuck back here, but nah. Yolanthe probably doesn't get it.
You are welcome to roll those dice.
Roll them bones. It'll be the first dice roll I've rolled in like months, so here we go.
Just glad you guys can still roll dice, even though the screen's black. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Yes, you heard it.
Wow.
He is the least sneaky guy ever.
No.
Did I just waste the fucking natty on a
What do you
perception
expect?
roll?
No, it was an 18, but like, I mean, 29.
good.
That's a fucking
Yeah,
god
I
damn
hate
it.
wasting my good rolls on perception rolls. Like, god damn it.
Why do I even try to sneak in front of these guys? He just shouts. He's like, "Hey, Talanith, fucking be here at midnight for your super secret meeting with the super secret guy." Just
Wink.
like come.
And he actually says,
Be
wink.
like, we said, did you just say wink out loud?
Okay, for my notes, real quick, for my notes, it was Tess and Yolanthe that overheard, correct?
Yeah, Yolanthe's just over there, just like, yeah, I totally heard all that, by the way.
Dude, he's
Okay,
got
we're
like
just-
a microphone
she-
and he's just like booming. through.
Everybody!
He says, "Hey, Talanith, wanna see that dude? Gotta come back here."
So,
Rick- Rack and Val from the bedroom's like, I heard it too.
I need to draw this. He's just like,
It's
got
like-
the microphone all karaoke like.
There's like some halfling outside the fucking window that's like, "Me too."
That is getting clipped. That is getting clipped.
Fucking Skritos starts mimicking it.
Wait, do I,
No.
Do I need to roll if Skrito
Please
actually?
do. Oh my god, I beg.
Can I actually roll as Skrito?
Go ahead. Yes, you should be able to. Just double click his character, yeah. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm talking to myself. I'm sorry. I'm looking for his rolls. His
secret. Talanith meeting.
where is his perception at? Trying to find it.
Perception.
His character sheet looks a lot different than mine
So yes,
does.
this is what we call a monster stat block. So he's not going to have a perception roll. What you're going to do is you're going to click on his wisdom and just roll a wisdom check, and that acts as your perception.
I see a wisdom perception check, also disadvantage.
Yeah, it's going to be disadvantage.
Speaking of looking a lot different, has Skrito been spending the past couple months working out? Why is he so jacked?
He is so jacked, bro.
That is just the style.
No, he's
Also,
getting
why
fed
did you
well.
put that fucking bird hand all prominent like that? Just to
Getting-
mess with me?
You mean
He's
you mean
fed
this?
really well.
You mean this?
you mean that? Look at those hands, bro.
And them hams.
When you think about the Kingdom Hearts shoes, apply
I
that
hate
to his
to see it.
fingers, bro. What is going on with those
He
hands?
has fucking fingernails. I hate it. Ugh.
Okay, he rolled a 9. He rolled a 9.
Did not hear it.
Okay, so he's happily swinging his little bird feet up on the chair, sitting right next to Tess, just chilling.
False Hydra.
So anyway, Ian Fear is actually going to head up to Yolanthe and say, I might need your help with something to help us with contacting the library.
Oh? Okay, man. What do you need?
Well, so I have with me a whistle to call Sarahi's animal, so that maybe we could use him to ferry messages between the library, but I don't know how trained he is for doing that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can tell him what to do, I guess. Oh, wait, shit. I hope I...
Anchor was the dog's name, right?
Anchor, yes.
Yeah, Anchor.
A Newfoundland.
And
Yeah, he was a newfie.
This rug look...
Say that again?
You are cutting out.
yeah, you cut out there.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying the rug looks like a really angry, yelling axolotl.
Yeah, it kind of does. Kind of does. I didn't get a whole lot of choice on those besides the, well, I mean, I guess I did. I
They
could have
look really
uploaded
good.
a thing, but...
I'm just the type of person that always sees faces and things, so I'm like, eh. Anyway,
So yeah, I guess I will be playing this dog whistle to call for Anchor.
You're playing it now?
does Anchor like just appear, or does he come running from somewhere?
Well, this says it calls him, so I imagine as a dog whistle, if they hear it, then they probably come.
You hear this scratching at the door?
Oh, hey, it's my buddy. I think he's here. Or that halfling that was listening in on Talanis conversations outside.
Hey, could somebody let this guy in? He's fucking up my door.
Yeah, Yolanthe starts heading that.
It like zooms in on you. BRB real quick. It's what. Behind the door, this dog immediately just jumps right on you.
Yolanthe actually gets out a little like squeal of laughter and starts like
Blep blep
scratching him
blep
behind the
blep
ears.
blep 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 blep.
Hey, buddy, good to see you.
Then he sees the Inferior and he takes off over there, tackles you down to the ground. Roll a dexterity save.
Okay.
The cutest dexterity save.
The cutest.
Saving. Okay.
Fail. You land on your butt. Blep 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 blep. It's a big dog.
Yolanthe pets him on the head and says, "Good boy."
He was just like, best day ever.
It's my favorite person, and it's my favorite person.
After he feels that you're sufficiently clean, he kind of takes a step back. His butt hits the floor, and he is giving the best sit, tongue waggling, happy as can be. Best day ever.
So I'm gonna reach up and give him some good deep scritches on the ears.
His tongue starts waggling even faster. His tail is going, but he remains in his seated position like a good boy.
Aunt Lanthe. All right. So Yolanthe's petting him on the head and looks to Inferior and says, "So what do you need me to do?"
So I'm gonna use Anchor here as a means of sending messages whenever Sarahi goes up by the castle. So and so that way when we give a message to him, he could take it to Sarahi, and she can come along to or she can take it along with her up to the castle, or up to the school.
I think at the mention of Sarahi's name, Yolanthi's face visibly gets a little bit more solemn, but she nods as she listens to Ian, and she says, "Yeah, I mean, we can do that. You have to write the message, though. I still can't." And she looks a little sheepish.
All right, yeah.
Did you want to send something now? Or...
Actually, so so he pulls out he's gonna go and grab actually I should have something for but he's gonna pull out basically like a sheet of paper and stuff, and he's gonna write a message to Sarahi to let her know that the school has been forbidden from contacting the group. So he's going to ask for her help in sending messages between the group to the school.
Gotcha. I think Yolanthi watches Ian Fear write, and she's like, she can only read like a little bit of what he's writing, but she's like watching the way he moves the pen on the paper real careful, or not pen, whatever the fuck, quill, I guess. She's just watching the way and she's like super jealous of his penmanship.
You finish the message. How are you affixing this to Anchor? Are you gonna put it on the collar, or what are you thinking?
I imagine we have like a spare pouch that we could probably attach to his collar or something.
Sure, yeah.
And we could
I'll
just
let
put
you do
the
that.
message in that. Yeah, I'll tie a little. I definitely have 1,000 pouches full of random herbs and quote unquote herbs. So she just finds a way to rearrange and pulls a pouch and puts the message, kind of scrumples it up instead of folding it neatly, and just puts it in the pouch and ties it up to Anchor's collar. And then she casts a very druid-coded spell called Speak with Animals.
So this is actually where I was going to ask you a question, which might actually be kind of interesting.
What's that?
As a DM.
Bark, 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 bark.
Okay, so if I were using comprehend languages,
Okay.
and Yolanthi was speaking using Speak with Animals, would I be able to comprehend the conversation between the two, since I literally know what they're saying?
Let me see. Let's see that verbatim on comprehend languages. For the duration, stop that. For the duration, you understand literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. Yeah, that's pretty much how that works.
I have a follow-up question. If I cast Speak with Animals, does that mean I can speak with any animal? Or just this specific dog that I'm casting it to?
No, Speak with Animals means for the duration, you can speak with any beast animal.
Cool. All right. So Yolanthi kneels down, gives Anchor another scruffle on the head. That's not a word. But then she looks into his eyes and says, "Hey, man." Well, she didn't say that. She says, "Bark, bark." Bark, 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 bark.
What does that mean?
It means I need you to find your master and take this to her so that we can keep in contact and make sure everyone's safe. I know you love making sure everyone's safe. This is the best way we do that. Can you do that, buddy?
Oh, yes.
I knew you could.
Love you.
I love you.
I love you, squirrel. Yeah, she says, "I knew we could count on you," and she gives him a big hug and fishes. I think she has a piece of bread or something from dinner So she fishes it out and gives him a little piece.
Also, did you just say bark?
Yeah, the bark on the tree around here is real nice and being on. You can take as many trees as you want. Just make sure you get this message to Sarahi, okay?
Message to... Who is Sarahi?
Master?
Master. I know Master.
Yeah, there you go. Go find Master, okay?
He immediately takes off out the door.
Oh, all right. Bye. Good boy. And she stands up and kind of brushes the dog fur off of her hands and looks at Ian Fear and says, well, he's on it, I guess.
You're not really sure how he shut the door, but he did.
He kicked it with his tail, or he whacked it with his
You
tail.
know, as somebody who has been locked out of the house because of our dog,
Oh yeah, I forgot that happened that one time.
I can attest for the fact that dogs can absolutely blow
find
your
a way.
mind.
So when he ran out to go see the master, probably there was such a draft from that much body weight moving that quickly that it probably just pulled the door like a vacuum.
Yeah.
Dude like ran out the door at sonic speeds apparently.
Not Ian Fear, straight up like doing physics, like just figuring out how the dog could shut the door. Mad respects.
Well, if the dog is running at the speed R, the rate at which
One dog comes from south at 86 miles an hour, and another dog comes from the north at 26 miles an hour. How soon do they meet?
how many times do they
How many butts do they
kisses do they get?
The answer is bark.
Bark.
All right.
Any other business?
Yolanthe just kind of gives Ian Fear a pat on the shoulder while actually like brushing off the last of dog fur and slobber on his cape or whatever, and then goes back to her seat where she was.
I'd like to go ahead and cut over to Val Phelan, who's kind of sitting up. He's had a book this entire time. Rek, you've walked in, and Val looks up at you. How fare you, my friend?
I'm unbelievably tired. I didn't realize that all this took it out on me today. I'm a little disappointed with those upper people talking down on us and not appreciating what we did.
As am I. We saved them all and got none of the credit. But
I'm
perhaps
not worried about the credit as much. I'm just so damn mad that it's almost like they don't even care whether they lived or died, and it just gets my goat.
Yes, my sentiment exactly. Well, I'm not even sure what to think about that anymore. It has, however, been a long week. And I'm glad it's finally over.
Is it though?
A good point. Heltheus does remain at large.
And Ian Fair's mom, we gotta do something.
Well, we know the two are together. We know the two are at the castle. At least last we heard. I wonder what will happen next. I wonder what he's playing at. Having gotten into, cahoots, as it were, with Ian Fear's mother. A, prominent noble? I was picking up that she was a prominent noble.
I don't know how you tell the difference between one or the other, but how would we even get in there?
With the castle closed off, it seems hopeless.
I mean, I know a trick with a rat.
I'm afraid to ask.
Well, there's this one time we lost something down a crevasse, and I sat and I waited, and I eventually found a rat, and I spoke with him, and I asked him to go down and find it, and we were able to get it back.
Still not helping your case there, bud.
That seems like a brilliant plan. How would that I could speak with animals the same way? I need to learn that trick, I think. Most of the time, I'm just happy looking at them.
Yeah, it's a
Rats?
Any animal,
Hell
really.
yeah, rats. Have you seen how smart rats are, bro?
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, rats are crazy. They're awesome.
You know, I don't know how much a rat would be able to tell me, but I'm pretty sure a rat could get in.
A fair point. Perhaps something we should speak with our noble druid about. Well,
Sounds like a plan.
one we should discuss further, perhaps in the morning. A good night, my friend.
Good night, Val.
He kind of pulls the cover over him and lays back, and almost immediately you start hearing him snore.
Rat gets ready to go to bed too then.
Cutting back to the bar, Kolvar approaches you, Tess. Doing okay, girly?
Absolutely, friend. The only thing that Tess could use is another drink, perhaps a refill on the ale.
Ale it is. He picks up a fresh mug for you, not refilling the one that's already in front of you. Just slides it on over to you.
And can we perhaps get a cup of cold water with some fresh berries in it for my friend here? Tess's friend, Krito.
Hey, that I can do. Berries are in back, though. Hang tight. I'll be right back, okay, Scrito? And he walks off.
And Scrito says, okay, Scrito.
That's good.
Scrito? Okay, Scrito.
You watch as he walks to this back room, which you've been able to previously identify as the kitchen, and then he turns the corner and you watch him disappear into what you know to be the cellar.
Tess then starts to just stare into her empty mug with kind of a...
He passed you a full mug.
Okay, she's staring into her full mug. She hasn't even taken a drink. Just staring. Almost losing herself in the liquid within her mug, watching her reflection and staring into her eyes, staring back at herself. And just losing herself in that almost soulless gaze. No pupils on this tiefling. Just bright blue, pupilless eyes staring back at each other. And she has no idea how to feel.
So, yeah, as Ian Fear is walking back from the door to head back, he pauses. And actually, he's going to go, are you doing okay, Tess? You seem pretty quiet tonight.
She She looks up for a moment at Ian Fear, and she smiles the most toothy grin and says, "Oh, do not worry your head, Ian Fear. Tess is doing absolutely fine." I need to roll a deception
Yeah, go for
on
it.
that. Okay.
Any Fear, if you'd like to roll what is it? Not a challenging insight, but an opposing insight check.
Like an insight check, yeah.
You ain't fooling nobody. Oh. Oh!
By 1 point.
Something's fucky. Oh, Tess is lying. You get the sense Tess is like not okay, but is trying her damnedest to not let on that she's not okay.
I'll go. Well, I'm concerned about you as a friend. And don't forget, if you have any troubles, you can always talk with us. And we'll figure things out.
Thank you, Ian Fear. Tess appreciates you and our genuine friendship that we have built over all these weeks. Please get some rest.
Gotcha.
As you're walking back to your room, you pass by Kolvar, who he kind of gives you an affirmative sort of nod as he walks by. Turning in for the night.
Yeah. After the past couple of days, probably gonna turn in a little bit early tonight, get some rest.
Hey, look, I know y'all didn't get the best reception from the nobility, but I just want you to know I really appreciate what you all did. I know. And I think there's a few people out there that do too.
Yeah. It's what I expect from this group, so honestly, I don't care about anything they say when they tell me that I'm okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. How long we known each other, you're in fear?
Quite a while.
Well, all that said, I know what you did. You sleep good, all right?
Better than I have the last nights.
He keeps walking past you. The glass of this water with berries in it that was requested. Sets it down in front of Scrito.
To which Scrito immediately dips his beak into and all of into the it's enrichment for birds. He's using his beak to pluck the berries out of the water, and he could definitely use that stress relief after all this time. So he immediately starts just gulping down these berries along with the cold water while Tess looks into her mug and takes a sip now and then.
I was gonna say, you sure he's not grabbing at the mug with both, or with all his little fingies?
No, just his beak. Have you ever seen the duck on TikTok? There's this duck with ice cold water and berries, and it just puts its beak in and just goes to town on these berries. That's what I'm imagining. It's bird enrichment.
Don't get many kinku around these parts, but always interesting.
Always interesting. Is what Scrito says in between gulping down berries and water. Always interesting.
He, let me know if you need anything else. Smiles at you with that kind of sly half smile that he does.
Tess feigns a smile and gives him a thumbs up and says, Tess will flag you down if she needs anything.
I'll be right here. He goes back to kind of cleaning various glasses, and he takes your empty and pulls it behind the counter and starts cleaning it. Goes back, sits down in front of Talanith. Well, it doesn't sit down, but he's like there.
Talanith is just... He's smoking a pipe and just deep in thought.
All right, Yolanthe, Tess, what are you guys doing from here? We have everybody else retired to bed at this point.
Tess is just focused on her drink and drinking and drinking and drinking, and she's also writing in her journal quite a bit right now. But she's keeping to her own devices outside of trying to eavesdrop on whatever conversations are going on around her. Grotto is focused on the berry life. He's just hydrating and eating berries because he's just a simple little kinku. My little son.
He's just a silly little guy. Yolanthe's sitting. She's got her pipe out. She's just kind of staring into the fireplace. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a piece of paper that she's had for a while that she's been kind of working on off and on. She pulls it open and just looks at it and looks at the handwriting that she's been trying on it and just kind of sighs in a really defeated tone and just chucks it into the fireplace.
Yeah,
But yeah,
fireplace crackles.
Yeah, she's just chilling. She's too kind of in her own thoughts to really go to bed, and she's just kind of like in her own headspace right now.
The great hall of what ails ya is dim and still. The scent of spiced mead lingers in the air, nearly overtaken by the cooler smell of stone and old wood that seems to waft from the kitchen. Kolvar finishes drying a glass as he looks up at you, Talanith. He tips his head toward the door to the kitchen. Under his breath, he says, "The cellar's open. Take the trap door in the storeroom. Try not to spook him. If you could, as a favor, drow to drow," he says out loud. Everyone can hear this part. "You mind running back to the cellar and grabbing a cask of number 45? You know number 45.
Talanith nods. Also, where is the cellar?
Cellar's going to be in the back room from where he came earlier, so it's going to be up this way. Whoop. I did not mean to close that door. It's up toward the north, so we just kind of come around the bar. It's going to be here. So all of you kind of watch Talanith walk off toward the back room. So it's going to be this way over here.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Talanith stops and looks at Yolanthe just for a second.
She stares at him with a really quizzical look, like, "Where are you going, man?"
Well, you heard him say,
silent.
Oh, true.
What?
"Drow to drow,
What's-
go into the cellar, get me a bottle of number 45.
Okay, she kind of gives him a really like questioning look while he passes.
If Talenith had a word bubble above his head, it'd just be ...
Very cryptic.
Yes. I mean, this is Talenith that we're talking about.
It is.
Yeah.
So you walk into the kitchen, and here in the storeroom, there is a loose panel on the floor about right here. You gently pry it up, and just beneath it, a staircase leads down into a basement. Talenith, you you don't need to do anything here. All I have to do is, well, before we move forward, Yolanthe, what are you doing?
She's being nosy.
I
kinda
see
looks-
that. I see that token slipping around.
Yeah, she looks over her shoulder to see if anyone's watching.
Before we do that, I would like to go ahead and cut to a intermission. So we're going to take a little 15-minute break here, during which I will run a long ad, just to make sure that pre-roll ads do not continuously roll for everybody during the next hour. I will see you all in 15 minutes. Get those AMA submissions in. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see you then. We are back. Off screen, I just gave my players a little present that I made for them in Hero Forge. Maybe I could be convinced to flash that on the stream at some point, but I don't know. That's a lot of work. Yolanthe,
Hello, it is me, your wife, convincing you to flash that on the screen.
I don't have it actually loaded in at the moment, but I might be convinced during the ending section where we do the AMA and everything. We can talk a little bit about that. It is our first episode back though.
If we get enough viewers, or maybe enough followers who are clicking in that interactive section.
Also, dearest DM, I don't think we have gone over exactly what the AMA portion is. Can you please describe that to our viewers?
The AMA portion is a thing you can click on, the channel points, a little thingy guy in the bottom. It says it's called Some Love, and you can click on that and you can give some love. And if you give enough love, then you can ask one of our players anything you want. And we have to answer it in character. It just messed up my chat. Now I can only see half the chat, which is great. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Twitch.
Yeah, I have trouble. Of course, if you give too much love, then we need to get our rags out.
Yeah, that's... Whoo! You in fear? That would be your joke. All right, y'all. It occurs to me, Yolanthe, and as soon as Kolvar turns around, sees you moving toward the door, he says, yeah, please don't go in the kitchen. It can be dangerous in there.
Oh, sorry. I was just, yeah, I'm just about to head to bed, and she does a big old hippo yawn and heads down the hallway.
What does she do in the hallway?
She definitely turns into a rat immediately.
Of course she does. Ratlanthe is back at it.
Ratlanthe, the first Ratlanthe.
At the same time that Kolvar turns around and addresses the Yolanthe situation, Tess is going to look at Kolvar and say, Tess is interested in whatever the bottle of 45 is.
Interested how? You want to taste it?
Absolutely, Tess does.
Oh yeah, he'll be right back with it. It's kind of a drow thing, Old 45. It's a little sad, a little bitter.
If you were to give it a flavor profile when it comes down to more on the smoky side, more on the fruity side, there a balance between the two. Tess is very interested right now.
I am guessing Tess has picked up what Yolanthe's putting down and is distracting the fuck out of.
Oh no, Tess is genuinely curious about what the bottle of 45 from the cellar is. I'm gonna be straight up. She's not paying attention to anything else. She just heard
She heard
She
bottle
overheard.
45.
She overheard the bottle of
Well,
45.
Whether
and she is
intentional or
deep
not,
in the glass right now.
Jess is giving Yolanthe. Why does Ratlanthe have inspiration and regular Yolanthe doesn't?
Probably that's just the way I might have dragged it in. I'm not really
I'm
sure
just
why
a
that
very
happened.
inspired rat, but I won't take.
I
she's
was
taking
about to
advantage
ask
of-
if the wild shape actually took, because I'm on a different scene at the moment.
I
to
still
load
have
this.
my Yolanthe token, so we can deal with that whenever you get back, I guess.
Okay.
So now
Firstly, let me address your question. So
Yes.
he kind of moves in over to you. I'm not going to move the token because again I'm looking at a different scene at the moment. But he moves over to you. He says, "Have you ever been to the Underdark?"
No, but Tess is very interested in learning more about the Underdark.
Oh, it's beautiful down there. It's dark. For the first thing, that's like a prerequisite, right? It's pretty dark down there. But there's
But Tess has to assume you have been there before. Were
sure,
you
born and
born?
raised.
born and raised in the
Oh, yeah.
Underdark. Wow.
Oh yeah.
What was it like growing up there?
Dark.
Of course. That
But like I said, it's
Tess
beautiful there.
understood
There's a particular flower that grows down there. I don't remember the name of it. I feel like it was a favorite flower of somebody I knew. I just can't draw it.
With all of the reading that she has done, is there a way that I can roll to see if Tess can figure out what flower
no
that is,
roll
or-
necessary. You heard him call his wife this name a bunch of different times. Nightshade, I think, is the name of the flower that I had, and he had called her that a few times, and now he's just like, I can't remember the name of the flower, but they're gorgeous. Purple, they're luminescent, bioluminescence, I think is what they call it.
Of it is a night the shade of night.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Shade of night. That's good. I like that.
As in the flowers that can grow under the shade of night, but more of Tess believes they are called, and Tess has never been to the Underdark, but Tess has read a lot about nightshade flowers.
They're not exclusive to the Underdark, you see. You get them on the surface too, but they only grow in really dark places. So you can find them in caves and stuff like that, but also they make their way down into the Underdark.
But nightshade.
Yeah, nightshade. That sounds better, yeah. I feel like I have some kind of connection to that flower, but I just can't put my... Anyway, I told you that story because I was telling you this one. Thank you so much for the follow, Panic, and I'm glad you're here. I really hope you enjoy the show.
Hi, Panic.
I told you that story so that I could tell you this one. So you take petals of some of the nightshade, and usually they turn into a type of poison. But if you dilute them enough and with the right mixture, you get old number 45. It's like I said, it's bitter, very bitter.
This is a poisonous flower that you are turning into a wine or an astringent?
No, yeah, wine. It's not unheard of to use something that would otherwise be poison, and once it ferments, it's no longer poison, you see.
Yes. Most alcohols be like that. Indeed.
Now, I could talk a while about brewing, but...
Scrito, where exactly are you heading off to, friend? And Scrito just turns around and is like heading to sleep, friend.
Roll a deception check.
For Scrito, absolutely, I will.
No, for you. You're
For
heading
me,
to
no.
You're heading to sleep, eh?
Oh no, literally, no. Okay,
Nothing weird about that.
Tess is not doing anything deceptive on her end. I just want to say, Scrito is his own person, and he is his own autonomous being. This is Scrito moving on his own. Tess has no control over. She is simply having a discussion with Kolvar. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's cool. It's just when you said, "Oh, you're headed off to bed," eh? It sounded a little.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
She asked, "Where are you going?"
I thought this might be a little premeditated. No, we're fine. We're fine. Go ahead.
No, we're good.
Carry on.
Nothing,
Carry on.
Nothing If it was premeditated, I would have been like, we need to roll a deception check, just like I did earlier. Remember?
Go ahead and roll your deception check from Scrito.
This is just Scrito getting up and moving around and claiming he's going to bed.
16. Okay.
There we go. Like, maybe Scrito's bored of the conversation. You never know. Like, this is just Tess being genuinely interested in the Underdark because she's not talked to a lot of drow before, right?
Scrito is doing what? And in actuality,
he's a little curious about what's going on back here. I'm not gonna lie. He's a little curious about where the bottle of 45 got Scrito's little raven ears ringing, and he's a little curious. So he's going back here. Doesn't know exactly where to go from here though. So we're gonna make him stop and just listen for background noises. Maybe he'll disappear around this corner just to make it seem like he's going to sleep, but he is not going to enter the hallway.
honey, that's not a corner. That's a fireplace.
That meep.
Okay.
This is a corner right there. Okay, meep. I say meep. Meep. I say.
Dalancia, what are you up to?
Already a rat.
Ratlanthe, what are you
I'm
up to?
a rat.
That door's still open, right?
It is still open, yeah.
Okay, she is definitely
Talanith
scuttling.
didn't shut it.
She is definitely scuttling right past Scrito and through the doorway, and she's trying to do it in a way where she isn't like noticed, but also quickly, so she doesn't lose her opportunity to go through.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check, please. You can go ahead and roll with advantage since you're a rat. You're a rat. Good thing
thank
we
God for that
rolled
advantage.
with advantage. Holy shit.
That was a close one.
With a 12, as soon as you scuttle by, Kolvar kind of looks back and he's like, "Goddamn rats, fucking!" And he starts kind of like coming toward the door. But you kind of scurry inside and you kind of catch a.
I really love that his first thought was "goddamn rats" and not "goddamn druid."
I mean, he didn't know any better. He thinks it's a rat.
Fair, yeah.
He thinks
Alright,
y'all
well,
are pretty
anyway.
upstanding heroes, you know?
Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
You scuttle
she
around the
scuttles
corner.
in. I'm using Yolanthe's token currently because I don't have my rat one yet, but
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm
Like
working
I
on it.
no,
said,
it's fine. It's fine. I'm just letting you know I'm moving it. So
you catch a glimpse of Talanith, who has kind of popped open this trap door and proceeds down a staircase. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and change the scene from everybody. So for y'all up above, this will go to Theater of the Mind. And for everybody else, hopefully
it's all in
this
the mind.
hopefully this actually loads.
Oh yeah, it does.
So there are no tokens on the scene or
Holy
anything
shit.
like that. This is just going to be an ambient kind of thing.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I have some dark jars on my screen.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
This is
correct.
very
Well,
jarring.
It's very jarring. Fuck you, Delana.
So this is just kind of this is a new thing that I'm doing. Instead of having a combat map for absolutely everything, when I don't think that we need a combat map, I will change to an ambient scene like this, and you'll see that it will change views every so often. I'm hand curating these, by the way, so enjoy.
Cool.
The staircase creaks at the bottom. Lantern light casts long shadows across crates and casks. Perched atop one, cross-legged and cloaked in charcoal gray wrappings, sits a masked figure. His hood obscures his face entirely, and his limbs are covered and tucked tight beneath him. His head tilts just slightly as you enter. He watches in silence. This is what he looks like.
And does Talana see him?
Yes, and he sees you.
Talana's eyes narrow. And he says to him, "Are you the one that I'm supposed to be talking to?"
Seems that way. You the one asking around about some guy, Shredid, was it?
That's right. What do you know?
Yolantha, you make your way sort of down into the cellar, and you hear this talking, and gives you pause.
No, I don't have paws. I've got claws.
No, now you have pause. I just said.
You have little rat fingies.
Rat fingies.
That's what you have.
All right, but yeah, I'm kind of freezing there in place. But I know that Kolvar is coming this way, right?
No, he didn't seem to be chasing after you or anything. He was just kind of like, goddamn rats, and he was like looking at you.
Oh, okay. All right, so I'm just gonna stay in place then.
Scrito, you can choose to roll a stealth, or you can continue along your merry way into the bedrooms.
Let me figure out how to do that without seeing his token on the screen.
You should be able to just see it now on your token like menu thing, the actor menu. If you go to the one that looks like a little person over on the right, you should. If you pop open the party little folder, it's green. It's right up on top of that. It's green. It's right there on your screen.
Yeah, I'm seeing
Do you
the
see
green.
Scrito?
Okay.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
I see Scrito. This is a stealth.
Yeah, you can roll stealth. 18. Scrito is able to kind of slink into the door before Kolvar turns around to address the apparent rat problem.
He pulls his hood up over himself.
Same way, starts making his way down until he starts hearing this talking, and then he stops next to this rat, looking down kind of knowingly.
He's tilting his
Trying not to eat it.
bird head
He
from
points
side to
he
side.
points at you with his bird finger.
I bite it. No, I don't.
So Talanith, this cloaked figure leans into you. Name don't ring any bells for me, but I know people who know people. You follow me?
I think you'd better get to telling me what you know right now.
He shrugs. Now, normally I'd walk off right there. Bad idea, sticking my nose out for other folks' trouble. But Kolvar, he's solid. Says you're one of the good ones, so maybe I help you out if you help me?
What
do you
that
say?
You want?
He leans in a little bit more. There's noise coming out of that castle. Noise about a crackdown, magic gear, enchanted tools. Might be they're putting a lid on everything that ain't blessed by the hi-hats in the tower. That kind of talk, that don't sit right with folks like me. We got needs down here, you know? I'll cut to the chase. I want ears inside. Want you to find out what they're scheming, discreet like. You do that, I'll start sniffing around for your mystery man.
All right, cheese breath. Tell me where I need to go.
Well, to the castle. Jeez, Brad. There's no need for name calling.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Cheese breath took me the fuck out.
Same though. What the fuck? I was like, whoa.
Now, Kolvar mentioned something about a paper or something you had.
Paper?
Yeah, you have this scrap of paper on you that has the Shredid name on it. Shredid Shakan.
Right. Okay. Yep.
Mind if I take a look?
Okay. I pull out the paper and hand it over to him.
Huh. He unfolds it. Shredid Chikan? Is this a name or a dinner order?
I assure you it's a name.
I've seen aliases like that before. Could be a code. Could be some dumb street name. Tell you what. Let me take this to my people. See if the word's floating through the pipes. And, hey.
All right, then.
If it turns out to be a guy who sells bootleg poultry charms, I want a cut. Kind of straightens his back up. All right, I'll get back to you. Might take a couple days. You worry about the castle, capiche?
Agreed.
Hey, you are a stand-up guy. I like that. Let's trade again real soon.
Talanith turns around, but still keeping an eye on him.
He kind
walks
of
out of the room.
He kind of like leans up against this crate, watching you walk out, and he kind of takes this this toothpick and he's like picking his teeth with it. You notice his teeth are a little.
He's out of his teeth.
His teeth are a little. Well, it's under a mask. I guess you can't really see that, but he kind of takes his toothpick and you see him kind of under the mask, kind of picking at his teeth with it.
Gross.
Must be from all that cheese.
Yummy.
You come back up to the bar proper. What about? So you may pass by a rat and a bird, but what are they actually doing when they hear this conclude?
Scrito is not the sneakiest. He's definitely just hanging out by the door. He's not trying to play it off or anything. He was clearly listening in.
Talanith, you come into contact with Scrito, who was obviously listening to the entire ordeal.
Caca.
Scrito says, "You worry about the castle, capiche?"
Agreed.
Behind
What
you,
are you
Talanith,
doing?
you hear a door shut.
Okay. Behind me?
Yeah, behind you, back down the stairs.
My head turns.
All that's left is the door to what you assume to be the brewing room down here in the cellar.
Talanith doesn't really pay it too much mind, just with a and then he keeps walking.
And Scrito echoes behind him in Talanith's voice. Agreed.
You are being mimicked, sir.
Not a mimic.
Yolanthe, roll stealth.
Advantage or no?
No, just stealth.
Okay.
Okay.
16.
Talanith, I'll let you, actually, what is Talanith's passive perception?
Let me check.
Where do they put that on the new sheet? Oh my god.
Passive perception?
Yeah, passive perception.
I just see normal perception.
Yeah, there should be a passive perception. stat that we can look at. I just don't remember where that was.
I thought it used to be under like where initiative was, but
It did used to be there, but now, yeah, I don't see it. I wonder if they've
Isn't it
come up with a...
the smaller number next to the plus?
I thought that was the base perception, but you're probably right. Let's go ahead and use that. It's a 19 versus a 19. Talanith, you see a little rat. It has a scar. It has a telltale scar over one eye.
Rat Lanthy.
Sweet.
I was sitting here wondering, wouldn't he have to roll to get a really good look, because rats are super fast. Like,
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. There's no way Ratlanthy would just be sitting there like.
So-
wouldn't he have to?
You would see like a little rat tail disappear
So, okay,
behind some bread or something.
there is an active perception roll when you're actively looking for something, and that is a perception roll. When you are not looking for something, what you do is you have that person roll a stealth versus that person's passive perception. That's when they're not looking for a specific thing. So that's why he did not have to
okay,
roll.
that makes sense.
It just
Thank
uses his
you.
base level perception, which happened to be a 19 in this case.
Okay, cool. Thank you, gracious DM, for defining that for me. I was
Mhm.
confused.
But he was able to get a good look because 16 versus a 19. That's a pretty damn good perception. You probably are pretty versed at picking up details such as a scar over one eye. In this case, this is also a rat that he has a little bit of familiarity with. He knows what rat that is.
I would assume by now all the party members know whenever they see an animal to just look for the eye and see if it's an animal or Yolanthe.
Talanus over here like, fuck, was everybody goddamn listening to this?
Why can everyone hear me?
Not everyone. It was just two other characters. That's it. Everyone else is just chilling.
And you literally walked past Yolanthe, so she was being nosy as fuck.
You come back up into the tavern proper. Yeah. Oh, come on. Let's toggle the navigation. There we go. Once again, doing this because I don't need a battle map for this necessarily, so hopefully this loads for y'all. And if it does, let me know, please.
It's loading for me.
At 98%.
Yeah, same here.
Damn, even MP4s are being a dick. Or maybe I coded this as a WebM too. I don't remember.
I think other players are correct that it's probably like an internet connection kind of thing.
Well, I will have to work my way through that in some way. Hopefully that will eventually load. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of ambient footage of the bar itself, as you can probably see on the stream.
Yeah, you can see it through the Discord stream, I hope.
Okay.
As you come back out the door, Scrito. Kolvar kind of turns towards you. All right. How'd it go?
He's talking to Talanith?
Yeah.
Okay. It seems that I'm tasked with going to the castle.
Hey.
Storming the castle, if you will.
Probably there's some things I don't need to know, eh? Otherwise, look,
That's right.
my colleague, he's a stand-up guy. Might seem a little weird to
Seems
some.
to like cheese.
Figured that out, did you?
I did.
Well, all that aside, look, he's a stand-up guy, true to his word. He's not gonna dick you over like some folks out there. I've known him for some years. I can vouch.
Question for the DM.
Yeah.
Is it night? It's still nighttime, right?
Yeah, it's about midnight, 12:30.
I should take advantage of the night.
He sees you start moving toward the door. Heading out already.
Just another ...
Well, stay safe out there and bundle up. It's getting cold.
Talanith nods and heads for the door.
Godspeed. He goes back to polishing the bar. Let me see what I've got notes-wise. Yolanthe, what are you doing?
I think Ratlanthe actually stayed down below because Ratbrain kind of won out a little bit and she decided she was hungry and wanted some of that bread.
You go take some bread from the bartender, chow it down.
Not from the bartender, from the cellar.
Yeah, I know. Bartender owns
Oh,
the bar.
okay. Oh, gotcha. I see what you mean.
Do love some bread. You see you munch down this bread. It's delicious, of course. Everything that Kolvar seems to serve is like really well thought out, and seems like he sources some good ingredients wherever he might get them from.
I appreciate that in my rat brain, I suppose.
You look up. There's a door just to your we'll say it's to your right. It's opposite side of the room, exact opposite side of the room from the stairs that you descended to get to this room.
Okay. Does it smell like food?
No, but it does have a very distinct smell. It smells like alcohol on the other side. But this is the only door in the room, and it occurs to you this is the door that possibly you heard shut just a few seconds prior.
Okay. Let me do a quick little roll on the sly here. Oh, Ratlanthe doesn't care. Ratlanthe's still eating.
You continue munching down this bread. Door just kind of in your at the side of your vision.
Yeah.
Scrito, what are you doing?
Looking back at the bar where Kolvar and Tess are. And then he does a double take. And he thinks long and hard about it. And he goes through the door.
Goes to the door.
Into the cellar. It's a cellar, right?
Wait, I thought he came upstairs with...
Oh no, Talanith passed him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I see.
he didn't follow Talanith up. When Talanith passed him and he said, what was it? You worry about the castle, capiche? He just echoed that back at Talanith while Talanith marched back up. So Grotto is going to venture. He has hands. He can open the door.
Yeah, he can open the door.
Yeah.
You
Fingies.
You proceed through the door.
Oh yeah, the Adventures of Rat and Bird, the side story, the spin-off.
He watches this. He watches this Kenku goes and grabs the doorknob and turns it open. This light kind of pours into the darker room. The other side of this room seems to be a little bit more bright. There are, as you enter, kegs that line the walls. There seems to be various things that you can only assume are used for brewing. As you look around, there don't seem to be any other exits to the room.
I feel like watching Scriteau walk across the room would have given Rat Brain Ratlanthe a little bit of a start, and probably like kind of shaken her up a little bit. So she snaps out of it. She's like, "Oh shit!" Like she gets her normal mental capacity back, and she's like, "What the fuck? Wait! Oh shit!" And then she like looks at the door, and she's like, "Huh." So she kind of cautiously creeps over, and with her little nose a twitching.
All right. So you're gonna follow Scriteau?
Yeah.
You see the same thing as you enter this room. There seems to be, there are kegs lining the walls. There seem to be, different implements of brewing about the room. This appears to be where Kolvar makes his brews. As you peek around, I'd like you, Yolanthe, to go ahead and roll a perception check, and this is coming from the floor level where a rat would usually stand. So,
okay. Actually, I think Yolanthe would probably at this point decide it's better to.
Okay, are you transforming?
Yeah, transforming back.
Okay, well in that case, you don't see any
realized.
obvious exit to this room.
She looks at Scriteau, and she asks, "Did you see where that guy went?"
You worry about the castle, capiche?
I get it. All right. So she rolls
Capiche?
her.
He replies as if he does not understand what capiche means.
Does anybody?
Capiche?
She just kind of silently pats him on the shoulder and then does a perception check. Hey, another big roll on a perception check. I can always at any time hear when God decides to clip his toenails, but later on when I need to sneak across the room, I'm going to roll a 2 and step on Anchor's squeaky toy.
Yeah.
Looking around the room to try to find some sort of exit, the only thing that you notice that's a little, I wouldn't say out of the ordinary, but doesn't exist in every room that you ever walk into, is there's a grate on the floor that obviously goes to the sewer.
Yuck. That was in character. That was Yolanthe being like, gross.
That seems to be the only other way out of this room.
Real quick, Scriteau using Tessa's voice and hearkening back to the shit demon episode, if I could, real quick. To which she has told Scriteau about these stories
new listeners, do we have some
previously.
context for you?
Scriteau would walk up to Yolanthe and tug on her clothes and say, "Do you smell something foul?"
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, Boise. Okay. Yeah.
Jamie
Yolanthe's
Puff gifted a tier
nose
1
wrinkles
sub
and
to
she says,
Frozen 186.
Thank you so much
"I
for the
wanna know
sub.
who that-" Oh, hey. Thank you.
Hey, Janie Puff.
Janie Puff. Yeah, Yolanthe like wrinkles her nose and she's like, "I really want to know who that guy was and why he was talking to Talanith, but I'm not going down there. Fuck that." She's like, she turns to Scriteau and she says, "Maybe we should get out of here. I feel kind of bad for sneaking in here."
I'm not going in there. It smells like poo gas.
Fucking freak is away.
You worry about the castle, capiche? He says. But then he walks over close to the vent and assuming is this like a wood floor?
It's a wood floor, but the grate that leads to the sewer is a metallic sort of fixture.
Okay.
So it's kind of open.
Near where the metallic grate is, he's going to peck his beak to see if there's like a hollow, if it's like hollow under the floor, like if there's any kind of secret entrance.
No, you can't seem to find anything hollow. Outside of, obviously, you're looking at this grate that leads down into the sewer. You can clearly see there's a ladder that can be descended into the sewer.
He's gonna peck around it and then hit the grate with his beak, and he's gonna pull it up. He's gonna try to pull it up. I think that's gonna be a strength check with his beak.
Let's have him. Yeah, please go ahead and roll a strength check,
with his
please.
beak.
It's a metal grate. Popcorn.
He's not the strongest. He's not the strongest bird. Hang on, I'm trying to open. They keep moving. The icons around. Okay, there it is. Actors. Toe.
I'm actually going to cut back over to the basement scene since we're there.
Yeah.
He's like pecking.
I forgot
at
you
this
can
vent.
privately roll dice. I'm gonna start doing that.
Was that private?
Yeah.
It should not have been private. It shouldn't have been private. No.
Has privately rolled some dice, yeah. There are 4 buttons just above the chat field that let you pick which. If you want to roll public, then you're gonna do the globe one. Nope, it's right on top of the chat. All the way down to the bottom. Right on top of the chat box. So there are 4 icons. There's a globe.
Public roll. Okay,
yeah,
I see it now.
Public roll.
I'm gonna be so mad if he doesn't roll this well.
Rip.
I'm so mad right now.
What was it before?
Yeah, what
It was a
before?
16, and now he just rolled a 6.
No.
It's okay. I can see it from here. It was I can confirm it was a 16. Can I actually unprivate that? I wonder if I can unprivate this. No, I can't. It doesn't let me do that. You can keep secrets even from your most humble and never would do anything to hurt you, GM.
Apparently, you
that would never ever do anything to hurt you ever.
Yolanthe's watching this.
Wow.
Like, Yolanthe has her arms kind of crossed, and she's watching this, and she sighs kind of deeply, and she's like, "You really want to go check it out, man? You sure?"
Want to check it out, man? Sure.
Okay, well, hey, before we go down there, let me at least, and she takes a couple of, like, I don't know, like just loose pieces of cloth that she probably has. And she takes some mint leaves that she definitely has, and she makes the both of them some good smelling little masks that they can wear. Because they both, well, I don't know about Scriteau, but Yolanthe definitely has a strong sense of smell. So she's like, all right.
You hand the mask to Scriteau, who takes it with his bird fingers and ties it using his bird fingers.
And Yolanthe does not react at all because she's used to it, while her player me retches quietly in the corner.
The bird fingers go.
He also has a moment of hesitation where he looks back where Tess is currently located, but then he looks back at the vent and he decides that this is his mission.
Okay.
And he's gonna climb down.
Well, and Yolanthe kind of has the same, like, hesitant, like, maybe I should go get Tess, but then she's like, well, maybe just a quick look,
You can try to convince him.
This is what she's going to say. She's going to kind of look over the edge of the grate, like down where he's climbing down, and she's like, all right, just a quick look, okay? Just a little look. We don't want to go too far, right? We still don't know what else is out there. And she starts to climb down afterwards.
Not me causing havoc for the fucking DM, bro.
Yolanthe, famous party split extraordinaire.
No, this time it's Scriteau. Like, y'all are teaming up on this. Like, we split the party.
This is fun, though. At least it's not just me by myself. It's actually getting to interact with someone. Even if it is Scriteau.
Okay. I really, really hope this loads for everybody.
Something's loading.
There's the scene. Can you all see it?
I'm not
I
a rat
can.
anymore.
8%.
Yeah, you won't be able to see
I
it.
see a rat. I see a rat. You can see it on the Discord stream.
Yeah.
Grito and Ratlanthy.
Yeah.
You come down
I'm not,
down this.
I'm not a rat. Though.
Oh yeah, that's right. You restored. Let me restore you real quick. How do we do that now? Oh, there it is. I found it.
We're finding out all sorts of stuff today, y'all.
Hey, I haven't used Foundry V13 in a
Hey.
live session yet, so this is my first time.
All right.
So you both descend this ladder until it comes to sort of a platform where it it becomes ladder is now stairs, and then you descend these stairs into a sort of rocky, dirty sewer.
Cool.
Dirty brown water.
Dirty brown water.
This homeless man won't leave, so I'm spraying him with dirty brown water.
You basically follow this platform until you reach this this set of stairs. So basically, the opening for the grate kind of leads down to the sewer proper, but there's like kind of a walkway where you can make your way over into this separate area.
I cannot move Scrito right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's because I have not, or I think I dragged it out of the wrong spot here.
Sorry to put you. Sorry to throw you into the fire immediately.
That's weird. It says you're the owner here. Why is it doing that?
Yeah, when I mouse over him, I get a red border, and I cannot move him.
Now? Anything?
I'm like, am I clicking like the wrong thing?
Hold on, I deleted it. Let me see if I can re-import.
Okay.
Now?
Yes.
Okay, that was weird.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's because there's two Scritos loaded. Okay. Deleting the other one. Cool. We're back. Sorry
The
about
other
that.
Scrito's a poser. Just saying.
The poser. Well, he's gone. He's
Real
deleted
quick,
now. He
though.
doesn't exist.
Everyone else has gone to sleep, right? I'm not stealing like a bunch of time from other players.
Everybody else has gone to sleep at this point, yeah.
Okay, except for Tess, who's
Tess?
just sitting at the
Tess?
bar and
What
writing,
does
and
Tess do? Oh, she's just chilling.
she's drinking herself until she passes out at the bar.
And
That's her
Delanith
plan.
is heading for the
So
castle.
Yolanthe comes and stands in the middle of the room and just kind of walks, like stands in place and spins in a little circle with her arms outstretched, and then turns to Scrito and says, "Well, it's a sewer. We're in it. So that's cool. What do we do now?"
Well, it's a sewer, he says as he approaches
That-
this
That was
little archway
Yolanthe.
right
That
here.
was Yolanthe's little frustrated grunt, not mine. Not mine. And she kind of rolls her eyes, but she's like, "All right, well, like I said, just a quick look, and then we can go and I guess I don't
Just
what
a
time-
quick look, and I guess we can." And he sighs back at her.
There we go.
Yeah.
Got the
all right,
vision working.
well.
Sorry about that.
Thank
Let-
you.
And she steps up to him. She says, "Let me go first, at least, okay? I'll keep an eye out for any shit that might go wrong."
I'll keep an eye on shit, he says.
She kind of giggles a little, and so is this like it's archway, okay? So she kind of steps out and kind of looks around and sees if she sees or hears anything.
In the sewers, obviously you're the first thing, the most notable thing is the stench. Absolutely permeates everything. The air is thick.
Yeah.
You could almost cut it with a knife. You hear the flow of water, obviously coming from these various waterways that run beneath the city Schapeben.
Okay.
To your south, you can make out a figure.
Oh shit. She crouches down.
Possibly multiple of them. They don't seem to notice you at current.
Okay. She kind of backs up a little bit to be standing back in the doorway, and she whispers to Scrito, There's some dudes up there, I think. What do we do? I don't want to fight anyone right now. Not here.
What do we do? What do we do?
You kind of make out the ends of like sentences. It seems like these. It seems like there's a conversation going on between the three of them. They seem to just be some kind of guards or something. But you make out these bits and pieces like, you never thought he could have got through Milano.
And Yolanthe's kind of like, her curiosity has definitely gotten the better of her, like, better judgment, and she's kind of like creeping forward just a little bit, like trying to stay as close to the wall as possible, but still like trying to listen really intensely.
You stealthing or?
Oh yeah, that's a thing. I should probably roll. Let's see. Why are you taking so long here? Woo!
You're stealthing.
Stealthy as foot.
Can you actually see these creatures like on your screen? I don't really have a good. It looks like you can.
Yeah. Well, I see. Yeah, I see 3. I don't know if there's any more.
I cannot from Scrito's current position.
I'm gonna go
I
ahead
can
and
see them.
gonna go ahead and just show you. This is what they look like.
Yeah. Okay.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
He looks like he likes cheese.
7 foot.
Cheese breath.
Rat along
Cheese
the rat.
breath.
We need Bruno, please.
Okay, yeah, Yolanthe's creeping along. Like she based based on the fact that no one seems to have moved at all, she's like moving super slowly and as quietly as possible. Behind her, she's like waving her hand at Scrito to like in a stay put, for the love of God, please don't come here. And don't talk. And she's like doing the like the hand cut across the like be quiet kind of symbol.
Scrito is tilting his head from side to side,
Okay, so she's
and
still...
his feathers are puffing up a little. He doesn't understand completely.
Okay.
So he begins to mimic her hand gesture across his neck,
Alright.
but he's not saying anything.
Is
Okay.
Scrito stealthing?
No, he's just staying put because he has no idea what the hand gesture means.
Okay.
Well, she's assuming that he understood, so she's creeping forward very quietly to get a better position to hear. Do I need to roll a perception check?
No. It kind of echoes down the kind of hall here. I suppose you'd call it a hall. It's more like a sewer tunnel. It's a fucking tunnel.
Tunnel hall.
You hear did you hear about the castle? I heard they had it closed off up on the surface. Man, that's none of my business. Who gives a fuck about what goes on upstairs? Bunch of fucking jokes, I say. Well, I heard they don't close off the castle like that. Something big must have happened. I think shit's going down. Maybe we don't gotta live down here no more.
Can I tell that they're Ratkin from where I'm standing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see him pretty clear.
Does Scrito hear these humanoids talking? Or is he too far back?
Let me grab a ruler real quick. Oh my god, that's not what I was trying to do. Oh, there it is. Let me see. You 90 feet. You can probably make it out, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I think Yolanthe starts kind of backing up slowly back towards where Scriteau is, just to because she's kind of getting a little nervous. Like I don't feel like I'm supposed to be here. And
One of the other Ratkin goes, what? You want to live in a tree? What are you, a fucking Trini? These kind of bicker with each other for a minute. Seems like a pretty casual conversation from what you can tell.
Okay, yeah, she's just backing up back to where Scriteau is, and then she kind of tugs his arm, and oops, now I'm.
Oh shit! Did I press the thing by? Oh my god! I think I did.
No, I think our characters were stacked on top of each other. Our tokens were.
But yeah, she.
No,
pulls,
you're good. You're good.
She pulls Scriteau back, and she says, "I don't think those guys are big fans of people like us. Apparently, on the surface. So maybe we should get out of here. I think we've seen enough for now, but we'll keep this in mind, okay?"
He nods his head and says, in your voice, "Maybe we should get out of here."
Yeah. All right. Let's go, bud. Come on. Let's go get some rest. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. And he follows you.
So
where are you headed at this point?
At this point, we're just heading.
I think back up to the tavern. Yeah.
Yeah, back up to the tavern. I know that Yolanthe will kind of cautiously crack open the door if it's not already opened and peek out to see if Colver can see them before just coming out.
I'd like you to go ahead and roll a stealth check if you're trying to stealth past him. If not, then, make your presence known. Fuck it.
Well, I'm trying to see if he's even looking, and if he is, then I've got something else in mind, but if he's not looking, she'll just try to stealth past.
Go ahead and roll it.
Let's see. Oof.
He looks around at you and makes direct eye contact as you come out of the door and goes, "God, are you fucking kidding? I don't even give a shit anymore.
Sorry.
Y'all are pretty stand up, but fuck's sake, this is how you get in trouble in the first place."
To which Scriteau says, "God, are you fucking kidding me?"
Oh shit, did I just teach the bird to cuss? Did I just teach the bird to cuss?
Did I just teach the bird to cuss?
Oh no, Rec taught him that ages
ago. Did I just teach the bird to cuss?
Rec taught him that
shit, did I just teach the bird to cuss?
Yolanthe is like rolling on the floor right now.
Oh shit, did I just teach the bird to cuss?
You don't have to keep repeating that.
Oh shit, did I just teach the bird to cuss?
He looks back at Tess.
Tone.
Can I roll this as like an intimidate to get Colvar to shut the fuck up?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm going to save that as a sound, I'm going to use that as your text tone.
Oh shit, you're gonna be like in a room full of kids oh shit, did I just teach the bird to cuss?
Wait, I cannot find, where's the intimidate on this? His character sheet looks a little bit different than mine.
It's a monster stat block, that's why. It's not a full character sheet. So he does not have intimidate. So what we do when we need to roll a skill that he is not proficient in is we just roll the base stat that would be part of it. So that I believe in this case it's charisma. So just go ahead and roll a charisma check,
okay.
And we call that intimidation. Jesus fucking Christ.
And he just keeps repeating it like a toddler that has learned a curse word from the father, knowing full well that the mom is going to get super upset with the father. Like, he just keeps repeating it at Colvar.
Colvar looks back at Tess and is like, grimacing, like physically grimacing, like shit.
Tess looks up and what is going on?
Tess silently shakes a swear jar at him.
You have to put 5 gold in the jar if you taught my bird son how to cuss.
My bird son.
Oh my god.
This bird is gonna know so many goddamn cuss words.
Grotto
like
just
the
keeps
only-
repeating it. He just keeps repeating it back.
Shit,
Dinosaur
shit,
bard.
shit.
In increasing levels of volume until Kolvar decides to give him an offering or something to shut him up.
Oh my fucking god.
At this point, Tess is getting concerned. She's standing up and she's looking to. She cannot see where Grotto is because I'm assuming they're just like walking out and like they're kind of way far back there. Like, Grotto, is that you?
I've never seen this bird before in my life.
You want to roll that? You want to roll that deception?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it as a public roll.
Not Tess's bird son.
That would be a 21.
That would pass. That would pass. Thus finds it strange that you have never known this Grotto being by her side, but
I mean, he's pretty short, you know?
he is very short. You are also a very busy man.
Yeah, fucking busy all the time.
Grotto, what in the 9 hells are you doing? Get your feathered butt back here. You know it is dangerous out there.
Scripto comes waddling over. Talanith, I believe you're on your way to the castle, yeah?
Yes, I am.
One more thing, Gilanthe.
Yes.
You've emerged from this room in complete humanoid form, correct?
Yeah.
A mirror hangs right above the hearth. One that you've noticed in passing, but one moment here. And as you step past it, you see your reflection, but the reflection hesitates only for a second. Your mirrored self doesn't quite.
Your pardon? What?
Your mirrored self doesn't quite mimic your movement, and her eyes, they shimmer a different color. Then it's gone. Your face stares back as it always has. But was it your face a moment ago?
Whoa. What? Wait.
I'll let you roll
Like,
an insight check.
insight. Okay. It's what, 14?
It's a 14. Yeah, DC 12. So you feel just this tinge of unease. Almost as though whatever it was just a second ago in the mirror was watching you from beyond this plane.
Yolanthe's heart starts pounding real hard. And she kind of shakily grabs her pipe and takes a big, long drag of it. And she's just staring into this mirror super intensely.
While this is going on, I'd like to go ahead and cut over to Laneth. I don't really have scenes for any of this, so we're theater of the mind.
It's all in the mind.
Laneth, you're making your way to the castle, is that correct?
That is correct.
You make your way down the city streets, mostly empty at this point in the night. You see the occasional, we'll call them night walkers. They are, drow, dwagar, people who inhabit the city who do their business mostly at night when it's a little bit more easy for them to do that. Not maliciously, just, the city, it lives at night. It still breathes, just in a different way than it does during the day. You feel almost at home in this environment. Things are less crowded, less noisy, much easier to focus. You make your way down the streets, the cobblestone, almost wet with morning dew underneath your feet. You know that the sun will be rising here in the next few hours, but the air is moist and crisp, and you walk through the. You walk down the streets, and the castle comes into view. The gates of the castle completely shut off. Guards line the walls.
Okay, so Talanith is trying to be as quiet as he can. He stares at the castle, just considering any possible way that he can sneak his way in.
Looking around, like, this place, security is extremely tight. Guards are all over the place. I'd like you to go ahead and roll an investigation check, or I'll let you roll a perception, whichever is higher.
Okay. Let's see. Investigation is at 11. Perception is at 19. So definitely going to be doing a perception. Normal roll?
Yes, please.
All right.
19. Try as you might, at least from the front gate, it doesn't look like there's a way in. It might be a little bit more. It might be better for you to wait for the morning and see what comes then. Perhaps you can work with your team to create some sort of distraction or find some other way.
No, Talanith keeps looking. Maybe he kind of looks to, like, maybe the sides of the castle. Maybe, around.
Okay. So there. Let me pull up the map to Schapeben here just to kind of give some idea of what's going down. Oh my gosh, where did I... Oh, there it is. All right, moving over to the Schapeben city map, we can see the castle district up the top right here.
So there are trees. So I want to use, like, tree cover, just kind of sneaking around to see if there are any entrances, like anything that I can use to get inside the castle, from either the sides or the back.
All right, I'd like you to go ahead and roll a stealth, and let's go ahead and roll a follow-up dexterity check.
Okay. Oh, come on.
Ooh. Actually, that's still a good roll. 21.
Okay.
Damn.
And, yeah.
Oh, because you have a minimum 10 that it can be.
Yeah. All right. And you said a
Dexterity check. Oh, no, that's... Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, I'm sorry. A follow-up dexterity check, yes.
Okay.
This is going to be to get up one of the trees.
I'm looking for Dex. Okay, there it is. Okay.
13. I'd say that's sufficient to get up one of the trees here. So you're able to kind of get a position on one of the flying buttresses, which gives you up one of the trees. You're able to get to one of these flying buttresses that give you a view and an ear into one of the rooms of the castle. In there, you overhear a conversation. One moment. I heard we're opening up the castle in the morning. That's right. Have you heard anything about this new advisor? Well, Hades a wizard. He's got like an entourage with him. He's been with that lady from the library. What's her name? Sarina? I think. Yeah, that's it. Sarina. Look what she is. If we're opening in the morning, I wonder what this whole gathering is. I heard the new advisor guy is supposed to make some kind of announcement. He's going to do some talk right in the front, right at the gates. Calling the whole town dares. What do you think it is? Well, as you know, I'm in really good. Artemis, get out of here. Artemis is like, I want to know.
No, like Artemis never jumps in his lap until just now, bro, when he's building up all this amazing story.
Well, as you
Go
know, I'm in really good with the cleaning lady. Yeah, I know you. I know you've got a thing. Well, she said that she overheard them talking about they're going to put some restrictions on magical stuff coming in to the city. You believe that? We're the magic city. And they're going to restrict it for everybody but us.
Paulina's eyes narrow, and he keeps listening.
Probably not. That's a bunch of bullshit. You need to get your head out of your ass. No, I'll tell you it's true. That's what I heard anyway. Hearsay. Fuck off. Well, take it or leave it. I'm going down to get some food. You fuck off. You hear some walking and a door shuts. Conversation dies down. You're, at this point, you're pretty convinced you've got some information to hand over to your contact.
I go ahead and silently as I can get back down to ground level and start heading back to the pub.
It's been a long night. It's taken you a while to get here, and the entire ordeal getting up to the top there. The sun's starting to come up. Not the first time you've gone without sleep, mind you. So it's not like you're exhausted or anything like that. Let me go ahead and cut back to the Ales Ya Tavern. We're just going to once again go to that. Was it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Okay, I'm going to preload that for everybody. Hopefully it actually loads. It's just an ambient scene, no tokens or anything like that. But at this point, the morning light starts to peek in through the windows. The morning sun pushes half-heartedly through the smudged windows of What Ails Ya, casting warm amber rays into the hallway outside your room. The city outside stirs with rhythm. Boots on cobblestone, voices in the streets. But there's an air of tautness about, like the city itself is holding its breath. A strong, bitter scent cuts the air. The great hall of What Ails Ya, a kettle bubbles over the hearth. Kolvar moves with a slow, thoughtful grace, polishing a mug that doesn't really need to be polished. Rek and team, you all wake up. It is the morning. You can go ahead and put yourself through a long rest. Talanith, you have had a long night. You are not necessarily tired. You're used to these very long nights of...
Raising my hand real quick as a question.
Yes, Tess?
Tess never went to bed. She drank until she passed out at the bar. So no long rest. Is she considered exhausted?
Not yet, but you wake up and there's a woolen blanket that has been thrown over you.
Aww. Okay, thank you.
And Skrito's asleep on the floor next to you.
Oh, her bird son.
You wake up. Kolvar's once again polishing that mug.
How dirty
Well,
was
good
that
morning.
mug?
Are you asking?
Good morning. Tess suspects that friends would be awake here soon. If you could possibly get some breakfast going, everyone would be very, very appreciative.
I think I got
She says,
just the thing. And he walks over to the hearth where he pulls this bubbling kettle, pours it into a cup, and then sets it down in front of you. This is the deepest, blackest coffee you've ever seen in your life.
she lifts the mug up to her nose and
Cream? Sugar?
no, just this.
Cream for me, you hear from the back room as Valphalin emerges.
Good morning, Valphalin.
2 lumps, if you please. I am extremely tired.
Well,
Hey, coming right up. Hey, you know, we got a bath if you need it, Tess.
hint, hint.
Hint, hint.
A bath?
Yeah, you know, water. You put yourself in it. You ding, clean. Done.
It is not quite up on the 4-month mark for Tess, to be honest. She scratches her really matted scalp, her oily matted hair.
Well, to each his own, but I'm just saying, you keep it up, I'm gonna have to start charging the stench rent.
Oh. Tess was not under the understanding that we were quite there stench-wise. Possibly Tess could probably use a good soak now that she thinks about it. She sheepishly kind of scratches the back of her head and stands up with her coffee, her black coffee. Where did you say the bathing place is?
It's right down the hall that way. Valphalin points toward the end of the hall where you used to sleep in that room.
Tess will definitely take this opportunity to take care of her clothes as well. And she...
Hey, I'll get Trixie to fill it up with some hot water for you. You like it hot?
Tess is very used to cold. Are hot baths a thing?
Hot baths are a thing. I think you'll like it. Hey, Trixie. Trixie's like, I hear ya. I'm on it.
Tess appreciates you, Trixie. And she starts marching off toward... She takes the hint and she starts marching off toward the bath. Because this bitch does not shower very often. Or bathe very often.
Allow me a moment to reintroduce this character. So this is... it's a character I'm quite proud of for no fucking apparent reason at all. But except for the fact that... so this is Trixie Bubblebottom. Our house waitress and just
you
a
may as
wonderful...
well have just called her Bubble Butt.
Bubble
Her name
butt.
is Trixie Bubblebottom. How are you gonna shame? Don't shame.
Just call me Bit Bubble Bottom.
Oh, I already do, hun. Wreck, you arise from your slumber. Seems like Valphalin just made his way out just ahead of you.
Oh, okay.
You smell this wonderful, bitter smell emanating from the main part of the bar.
It's Tess.
It is most definitely not Tess. It is bold, but it is not welcome or sultry.
Alright, Rhett gets up, he gathers up his gear for the day and heads out to the main hall.
Hey, just the man I wanted to see. I've got some news I wanted to talk to you about.
What? Me?
Yeah. He slides you a coffee. And you know, just in case you into that, he slides you a little shot glass full of something. It's brown. Throw that in your coffee. That'll put a pep in your step in the morning.
Reg pours it and tries it, and he's like, "Nope, sorry, nope, don't like it." He pushes the mug back.
Kolvar, without missing a beat, takes the mug back from you. Out of each his own, and he sips it. Throws the shot in there and starts sipping it. He says, "Now, a little bird told me there's some folks in town, and they have and he kind of gestures toward his face. Yeah, they got that same face paint, tattoos that you got."
Reg narrows his eyes at him a little bit. You talking to birds? I can do that.
No.
You're looking around.
Orcs, man.
Oh,
Just got here from Siuk, I heard. Late last night. Well, I thought you'd be interested.
I mean, I don't think I know anyone on this continent. But
Oh, they're not. I mean, they're not from here. They just got here from the other continent. Siuk is where you all came from. That's the country that got ravaged by the magical plague.
oh,
Hey, maybe they're here because they they were escaping that. Who knows? At any rate, I heard they were here. Thought I'd let you know.
thank you. Are they in a place in town, or are they out on the outskirts?
That one I don't know. Usually folks show up here, but they haven't yet. So I just heard. Maybe check in the
All
harbor
right.
district. You might learn something. Otherwise, I know you types are how to say nomadic. Maybe check the Verdant Enchantra.
Thank you.
Hey, whatever I can do. You lot saved my life.
Well, I mean, we're just. Rex seems a little embarrassed at that. I'm just doing what I can for whoever needs it.
He pulls up a mug, fills it up with what you know as ale, and slides it over to you.
Ah, there we go. Sipping on that.
That's what I thought.
Let's get some breakfast and we'll get
What
on
do you
the road.
have? Eggs? Ham?
Yes.
On it. Breakfast? He raises up his hand. He's gesturing kind of to everybody. Anybody hungry? Is that even a question? Always. I'll have what he's having.
I don't know if Tess can hear this from the bath or not, but
Probably not, but
somebody bring Tess some breakfast, please.
you kind of sink down into this bath. It's warm. It's nice. It's it almost kind of like
She is fully clothed.
Oh God.
Yeah, when she gets into the bath, we get it all done in one sitting. We clean the clothes, we clean the Tess, all in one.
She's still wearing her clothes.
well.
Yeah. She took her bag off. She took her bag off.
While you're in there,
She's just gonna come out dripping fucking soapy water all over the floor, and he's gonna be like, all right.
Trixie kind of comes in with some towels as you were in there. And, well,
Tess just looks up at her and smiles.
you're a strange one, ain't you, darling?
This feels really nice.
You know, most people, they just, well, maybe that's none of my business.
Are we talking about people dissing on each other? Because Tess is very familiar with dissing on people.
Tess about to drop a diss track.
Now Scrito is too.
Shit. Shit, fuck. Did I just teach the bird to cuss? We need a remix of it, like.
Yes.
I just teach the bird to cuss.
Yeah, Tess is just fully clothed in her cape and everything, except for her bag. That's off to the side with her mother's skull, just chilling. She's just like sinking down into the warm water, and she's just enjoying the feeling. She's not really scrubbing herself or washing her hair or like making a valiant effort. This is how she knows how to bathe.
Is she doing the thing where you like splash the surface of the water with your hands like a kid?
Not yet, no. She's just she is submerged into the water like up to her chin, and she's just chilling with her clothes and feeling warm and watching the water turn dark brown.
You Ian Fear, you emerge as well into the bar proper, and Kolvar slides a coffee over to you. Hey, coffee man.
Coffee, black.
I know. He slides it over to you. How long we known each other? Years. I know. By the way, you might want to keep a low profile. Last night I heard there's a new group, faction, something. I don't know what to call them. They say they represent Western interests. Particularly, they seem to be related to House Drac, whatever that is. They're preaching some pretty fucked up shit, man. Talking about gathering up mages. Talking about separating them from everybody else. I don't know, man. It's fucked up. I don't think it's gonna get traction here in the Magic City. That's fucked. But I just thought I'd let you know. Just keep your head down, man. Keep safe.
Well, you know me. I gotta look for everything I need.
Well, anyway. I'm not trying to sully the mood. It's early. More coffee? Anybody? Ale? Breakfast. Ah, yes, breakfast. Okay, let me go get... Trixie, you hear me? Calls out Trixie. Emerges from the back room. Yeah, I'm on it. Goes back to the back room. The kitchen. You hear the sizzling kind of crescendo into the main room. Suddenly that main room of the bar is just filled with all sorts of wonderful smells. Tess, you emerge from your bath, clothes dripping all over the floor. There are towels next to you, but you're like, what the fuck are these for? And you just kind of walk out.
Well, no, she's gonna squeeze out her clothes on the floor. And then she does a big stretch and she smells her armpits. It's still stanky because she hasn't scrubbed herself, but it smells just like Tess. And she will emerge from the room dripping wet. Not as much so, though, because she squeezed everything out. And she will go sit back down, sopping wet, on the chair, right where Grito is sleeping on the floor.
As soon as you eat...
Tess had some coffee, but Tess would definitely appreciate some breakfast.
You, as soon as you emerge from the back room, Kolvar looks over at you. Oh, fuck's sake. Ugh. And he just kind of rolls his eyes and grins and... Hey, breakfast is over there at the bar, and he points at the usual spot where you sit, and there's a plate already made for you.
She immediately starts chowing down.
For the rest of you, breakfast gets doled out as well. So, any plans for the day? From the back room, another person emerges. One moment, please.
Back room?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. A private investigator who's been traveling with you now for some time. Yestis Charmsilver.
Oh, Yestis.
Fuck yeah, Yestis.
Yes, sir.
Fuck, I've got a headache, man. Oh, how much did I drink?
We don't know this, Yestis.
Kolvar.
Oh, wow.
Apparently not nearly enough because you are standing, sir.
You've got a good point, little lady. Kolvar, could I bother you for some hair of the dog? Show me this guy's balls, please. Tess said it.
I was quoting the like Google, show me this man's balls, please.
Oh, God.
And Google was like, I'm sorry, there don't appear any sports games playing at
Kolvar's like, Jesus. Well, no, he doesn't say Jesus because Jesus doesn't fucking exist. But he's, gods, man, you look like shit. But yeah, whiskey. I know, on the rocks, and he puts a drink up.
My God.
He sits down at the table looking kind of rough. Shortly following him is a young dwarf. I think we're all aware, but I redid his entire fucking artwork, and this is what he looks like now. That's Darkul Godbury, who has come with you from good old Siuk.
We forget about him from time to time, but he's still there.
It's a fashion upgrade, huh?
And he comes out and he says, "Gods, man, you already drinking? You drink more than my dad. My dad drinks." Alarming, I say so. Can I get some breakfast? And Kolvar's like, "Hey, coming up."
Speaking of, Tess could also use a heavier drink, she says, while dripping wet and digging into the breakfast.
About at this point,
Excuse
Talanith,
me, what?
Dripping wet with water, Talanith, you nasty son of a bitch.
You dirty boy.
speaking of which, Talanith, you swing the door to the bar open and enter from outside to find all of these folks now piled around the bar.
I bring news.
Oh.
Who was that? Who just
That was
said, oh?
Val Phelan.
Oh, okay. So Talanith approaches the bar and snaps his finger, requesting an ale.
Coming up. Passes that ale immediately over to you.
I was sent on a mission last night, and it's in regards to... And he lowers his voice because he doesn't want too many people to hear this. The restriction of magical items. There's going to be an announcement soon.
Does this have something to do with that Kolvar? That red robe guy? I heard he was like an advisor or something now. I know y'all have been like following him.
Talanith looks over at Val Phelan. Yeah. As if like a nod of confirmation.
So he's getting in with the nobility, is he? This bodes ill. I don't like it. No sooner does he say that, the door to the bar opens once more. And a brand new face, you've never seen this person before, walks in. It is a tabaxi. And she looks like this.
I love the unhinged eyes. She looks amazing.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
She comes in, takes a look around, and immediately goes, "Good morning!" And then she heads over to a table and sits down.
Oh my God, it's Onyx.
So who's this pussy, huh?
Wow.
No fucking way, dude.
Right, you finish chowing down on your breakfast.
All right. That was good, sir. Thank you. And he pops the mug down on the table.
You heading by the harbor then?
Yeah, I think I'll take a walk. See what's going on.
Mind if I tag along?
Sure thing, Val.
Val finishes up his breakfast real quick. Stands up. Kind of adjusts his weapon on his back, his armor. I'm ready to leave whenever you are.
All right.
Helen, are we leaving as a group? Or is it just...
That's up to you.
I mean, I'm sorry. Well, Talanith looks over at everyone and says, I have to talk to someone before we leave, if you'll excuse me. And he turns around and walks towards the cellar.
Oh, Talanith. Maybe we go speak in the back room real quick.
Very well.
If you'll excuse me, you understand. And he follows you into the back room. Look, Shix is not here right now, but I'll have him back here later tonight if you'd like to conduct business again.
Very well. I look forward to it, and he had better not skipped out of town.
Oh no, he's not likely. He lives here.
Talanith nods and returns to the group. It would seem my contact isn't here, so we can go.
Reg looks around and is like, well, I was just informed that another orc tribe was in town, and I was gonna go investigate it. If y'all want to go, it's fine.
As you know, I am always by your side, my friend. Also, I've not been to the Harbor District yet. I'm anxious to see that part of the city.
Well, if we're going to the Harbor District, then I better come along. It's the area I hung out the most.
Well, let's go. And Rex starts heading towards the door.
Anyone else coming?
Staring at the tabaxi that has just entered the tavern, Tess seems a little curious and enamored. She's never seen a species like this before, so she passively looks to everyone and says, Tess would like to stay here to get to know the locale.
She immediately turns to you and says, oh my goodness, I love your horns. And purple? Are you kidding me? What a great color. You notice that her robe is purple?
Tess immediately lights up, like sparkle eyes, and then like shuffles over to the tabaxi and says, please tell Tess more about your experiences and your travels.
She says, my name is Mixie, and it is so good to meet you. And she grabs your hand and shakes it violently, and you're like,
No, Tess meets her energy and shakes her. Can I roll a strength check on this?
Yes.
I love this character already.
Talanith, kind of like, just, like salty. He's like, I'm wearing purple too.
What did this happen to me?
Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Based on that roll, Tess absolutely gets her shit rocked during this handshake.
You're like,
Tess is absolutely so happy to meet you.
Well, I have another friend on the way if you'd like to meet him as well. I'm actually from right across the river over in fuck, I forgot the name of the city already. That was a failing of me, the DM, not Mixie Potts, the fucking tabaxi fucking alchemist. Hold on. I'm Mixie Potts. I'm gonna be the alchemist here in town.
Excuse the fuck out of me. The alchemist cat is named Mixie Potts.
Mixie
Are you fucking
Potts.
joking with me right now?
P-A-W-T-S, Potts.
Can you spell Mixie for me?
M-I-X-I-E. Yes, I can.
Okay, I thought it was 2 X's and an I for some reason.
Argenport. I'm from Argenport. My friend is also from Argenport, and he's on his way here now. And as soon as she says that, the door fucking swings open, and this humongous creature just kind of like trods in, enormous and horned.
Oh, really now?
The cameras, I saw the zoom in on Tess when that happened.
Oh wow, all the animals.
And he just kind of...
It is no wonder that you love horns, because look at those horns.
And he just kind of like trudges over to the bar, and he's like, "Who's this?"
They are so healthy, and Tess immediately starts reaching up for the horns. Granted, she's short.
You don't just reach for a minotaur's horns.
Me, a manotaur? Manotaur? Manotaur. Manotaur.
He's a minotaur.
Tessa's she's trying to recall the word. Manotaur.
Do you
Minotaur.
seriously
I
have
didn't-
to
I
tell
didn't-
everyone my business?
Mini tar, as in a smaller version of a larger tar.
Oh my god, I've walked into a room full of idiots. Why do I keep hanging out with you? And she says, "Oh, don't be a stick in the mud, Grimpack." This is Grimpack. He's my friend. I brought him from Argenport, and he's the new blacksmith here in town. As if they couldn't tell that from the apron.
New blacksmith. Oh, amazing. This very nice to meet with you. The Grumport.
You did not.
Grumpster.
Don't call me
Grimmy.
Grumster.
Grimmy it is.
Well, I see you two are going to get along. This is going to be a long year. Ale. He raises up a hand. We're going to go ahead and end the session right there. Guys, everybody, thank you for coming out. And actually, before we do that, I almost forgot. Look at that. So firstly, I'm going to cut to the ending screen. Hopefully this works as I anticipate that it will. And yes, it looks like it did. So we had a couple questions that came in, and hell with it, we're going to go ahead and answer both of them right now in character. Here we go. Let me actually go ahead and kill the music. I know I've been playing like the same song this whole time. I will try to do better with that. What did we get? I need somebody to track this for me if we could.
I didn't put the questions.
So
but I
there
put
was,
the-
I can see them right here. So we have 3 for Yolanthe and 1 for Rec.
Holy
Although
shit.
the one for Rec is from Acid.
yeah.
Are there ghosts in there? Rick?
Where?
And then
I don't see it.
for Yolanthe, how about we go from the viewers? Did you do a good old honk shoe while sleeping?
Oh, well, it's funny you asked that because I
Does
actually don't
Yolanthe
sleep
snore?
at all. No, Yolanthe doesn't sleep. Yolanthe is a Fey Elven race. Oh, I'm actually.
That's right. She can just like meditate. She
I'm
can
actually
just
supposed to be
meditate for a
answering
while,
in
right?
character, so I'm actually of one of the races that doesn't sleep. Like, I just kind of chill, you know. Sometimes I'll take on the form of a wolf because it's comfier to curl up in front of the fire. But even then, I don't really need to sleep. I just kind of pretend I am, so people don't try to, pet me. Even though they do anyway sometimes. And I have to admit, it kind of feels nice, I guess.
Yolanthe, what is the
No.
animal form that is most comfortable for you?
Oh, my wolf for sure. But really, any animal's more comfortable than being a human.
I don't see this last one y'all are talking about. Where is that?
The very top. What animal language do you enjoy speaking or listening to?
Who's that to?
Yolanthe?
Oh, Yolanthe
Well, it
again.
would-
I feel
yeah,
like
that's
that
what
one's-
that was the first one. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a hard one. I want to say crows and ravens and magpies because they're real smart and they always have a lot to say. And they fly interesting places, so they always got a lot to talk about. And
Especially if you cuss in front of them.
yeah, especially then. And honestly, the trying to recreate their exact vocals is kind of a challenge because I don't have a beak.
and you also don't have feathers for fingers, so
I most certainly do not.
No bird hands here.
I'd like to thank
Bird hands.
everybody for coming out, and I hope that you all have a wonderful evening. And thank you for tuning in for the very first session back from Chapter 13. In closing, I would like to do one last thing. Breck Bloodstone, roll a perception check.
Oh,
Oh God. Hold on.
Ooh, ye old cliffhanger.
natural 20.
Breck Bloodstone, you walk out the front door of What Ales Ya Tavern. You look into the air, and just above you, there's a bird, but it's not a bird. It seems to be a flying cat?